All right, today's lesson is on the coordinate plane. I'm sure that you have had some experiences with it, but let's just talk a little bit about this. So we have worked with both horizontal and vertical number lines. So a horizontal line might look like this. So knowing that we have a 0 here, and all of our positive numbers go to the right, and then from 0 to the left are all of our negative numbers, okay? Then if we have a vertical number line, all our positive numbers, if here's 0, all our positive numbers would be going up and all our negative numbers would be going down, okay? So the coordinate plane just kind of puts all of those together. It says both number lines together, up and down, okay? So you need to know that the horizontal axis is called the x-axis or the horizontal axis, okay? Those are my x values. And the vertical axis, that's my y-axis, okay? So that's my y value. And the place where they meet, this is called the origin. And anytime we plot points on the coordinate plane, we will always start at 0, 0, which is my origin, okay? All right, so this is all in your notes here. If you want to make any kind of notes about this, go ahead, pause the video whenever you need to. All right. All right, so let's just talk about it. So once we have our x and y value here, we actually break it into 4 different what we called quadrants, okay, 4 quadrants. So this is what this looks like. This is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. Okay, write that on your notes. You have an empty coordinate plane right there, so make sure and write it down. Okay, quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. And why they are like that, why it starts here and goes counterclockwise, I don't know, but that's just how it is. The way that I think about it is because this is the coordinate plane, I always think that it looks like a big C. Okay, so it starts here and goes this way. Okay. All right, so make sure you know those are the 4 different quadrants, okay? So how exactly do we plot points? So these are ordered pairs. So if I give you an example of 2, 6, okay, that first number, that first coordinate represents my x coordinate. The second one represents my y coordinate, okay? So the ordered pair is both my x and y coordinates together, and just separately, those are coordinates, okay? So make sure that you have these definitions written down. So again, if I give you the ordered pair of 2, 6, let me write this here, 2, 6, okay? That first number is my x coordinate. So remember, my x coordinate is on my x-axis. So that lets me know my first number is either going to go right or left, okay? My second number is my y coordinate. So that's going to tell me if I'm going to go up or down, okay? All right, so in this case, if I had 4, 3, I'm always starting at 0, 0. So the first number tells me I'm going to go to the positive 4. So I'm going to go over 4 and then up 3. Okay. And when I go over, I start here and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I put a point. I don't actually write these numbers here. Okay. All right. So let's do some examples plotting. I just kind of talked about that. So this is on your notes. So I'm going to do 4 of them with you, and then you're going to do 4. All right. So we're going to graph and label the following points on the coordinate plane. So 1, 4. Remember, you're always going to start at 0, 0. Okay. So I'm going to go over 1, and then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put my point, and then I'm going to label it as A. Okay. All right, next, B is 3, negative 2. Always start at 0, 0. So I'm going to go positive 3, 1, 2, 3. But then I'm going to go negative 2. So negative is going to go down, 1, 2. All right, so this is point B. Okay. Point C is negative 5, 5. So again, I'm going to start at 0, 0. I'm going to go to negative 5. So negative 5 would be to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 5, and then down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's C. Okay. And then D is 1, 0. So I'm going to go over 1 and then up or down 0. So I'm not going anywhere. So that's actually going to be right on my x-axis. Okay. All right. You do, it's down here, you do E E, F, G, and H. Pause the video and come back when you have your answers. All right, check your answers. All right, you'll notice that for G, -1.5, that means you just go over -1 and then a half. So you're kind of in there in between there, between -1 and -2, okay? All right, check those problems. All right, so the next one, you've got I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. So I want you to do all of those and pause the video and come back when you have your answers. So make sure you are labeling the points. So I'll do one with you again. So I would be -2, start at the origin, -2, 1, 2, and then -3 would be going down, 1, 2, 3. So that's I, okay? All right, pause the video and come back when you have your answers. All right, check your answers. All right, see how they look. All right, did you notice that these down here, because they had a 0 in either the X or Y spot, that meant that they were on the axis. So if you look at M, because it is the X value is on 0, that means that it is on the Y axis, okay? It's on the Y axis. Because here in the Y was the 0, that means it lays on the X axis, okay? All right. All right, so here's a couple more things. Now what I want you to do is I want you to write down what are the coordinates of these locations. So if I ask you for the house, so I'll do one with you, okay? So we're gonna start at 0, 0, and I wanna get to the house. So remember, I have to go right, left first. So my X value is gonna go right, left. My Y value is gonna go up or down, okay? Wow, that is really bad. Let me try that again. My X value goes right or left. My Y value goes up or down, okay? So the house, so we're gonna go over 1, 2, 3. So that's a +3. And then we're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's in quadrant one, so you know that that's positive, okay? Let me pause for a second and let me go back because I really didn't talk about this. Let me go back to, and I want you to go back to the beginning of your notes too. All right, so if I look at this again, I messed up not telling you this part, so let's talk about this again. So if this is quadrant 1 here, quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, okay? Remember, quadrant 1 is always going to be a positive X and a positive Y. It's always going to be a positive, positive, okay? And then quadrant 2 is always going to have a negative X value, so it's a negative X value, but then I'm going to go up, so it's a positive Y value, okay? Quadrant 3 is going to also be a negative X value, but it's also going to be a negative Y value. So this is the worst place. It's a negative, negative place, okay? And then quadrant 4 is going to be a positive X, but a negative Y value, okay? So make sure you go back and write this in because this was important and I totally forgot to talk about that, okay? So now write that down and then let's go back to where we ended off. Okay. All right, so, okay, because the house is in quadrant 1, you know that it's a positive, positive, okay? All right, pause the video and come back and check your work for your coordinates, okay? All right, check your answers, okay? All right, last part here. All right, so I've got 4 more things I want you to plot these points and I want you to go ahead and connect them, and it's going to become a quadrilateral. I'm telling you that because I have 4 points, so it must have 4 sides, so that's a quadrilateral. And I want you to see if you can name it, okay? Pause the video and come back when you have the figure. All right, so you should have had that it is a rectangle, okay? All right, last part here. All right, so here's your exit slip. I want you to make sure and do these 2 things. So you're going to give the coordinates of B. So give me the coordinates of what this one is. And then also tell me what quadrant these 2 ordered pairs would be in. Okay? All right. If you have any questions with these, make sure and talk to me tomorrow. Have a great night, guys.